And today, CBS 46 is advocating for victims and their families, and that often includes pets.
Certainly does. 40% of abuse survivors say that they've delayed leaving an abuser for fear of their pet's safety. CBS 46 anchor Gravir Dinza visits the only shelter in Georgia dedicated to helping abuse victims with their pets find safety.
And y'all gotta get started on your schoolwork. Got a ring on my finger, moved in together. You nervous?
Jamie Bullock fell hard and fast for her fiance, but shortly after they got together, so did their relationship.
The screaming, the fighting, doors and drywall being kicked in, punched in. I needed to take my daughter to the hospital one time. He ripped the car battery out so that I couldn't leave.
Bullock was determined to leave for good.
Don't fall.
But she couldn't find a shelter or service that would take her, her children, and her 2 pet terriers.
They could sense when there was tension. They were there to comfort. They were just such a grounding thing for us. I could leave behind everything else, but I just couldn't leave my dogs, and I had nowhere to go. I just couldn't see living a living thing that I cared so much about.
Then she found Ahimsa House. Ahimsa provides shelter and services to pets of domestic violence victims and is one of just a few of its kind in the country.
It changed everything. It just, when I made the call and they told me that they would make arrangements, I wouldn't have left. I would have still been trying to figure it out on my own.
Pets are often used as pawns by abusers to maintain control over victims, which is why facilities like Ahimsa House are so crucial, says Executive Director Myra Rasnick.
They choose to stay because they're so concerned. Many times the abusers have threatened the pet and said, if you leave, I will kill the pet or I'll harm them, so they choose to stay there for them. So by removing that barrier to safety, we're enabling families to get to safety sooner.
Ahimsa House was started 14 years ago by Emily Christie after she lost a pet to domestic violence. It means nonviolence in Sanskrit.
So she decided at that point that nobody should have to choose between their safety and that of a beloved pet.
The organization provides pet transport, food and supplies, and access to 24-hour vet care, all free of charge. Pets are picked up by volunteers at a safe location, and then they're housed in foster homes and boarding facilities across the state.
And I met a woman at a Piggly Wiggly parking lot and gave her both my babies, and it was very, very hard, but as soon as they were gone, I went home, I packed our bags.
Those are the powerful moments. Those are the times that we know what we're doing is making a difference, even though it can be difficult at times.
Bullock was reunited with Kelsey and Diamond after just a couple of months. And today, she says her family is stronger than it's ever been.
My babies are okay, they're thriving, my kids are honor roll students, and my family's happy.
Ahimsa House has assisted 46 domestic violence shelters. Now, it does rely heavily on donations and volunteers. If you're interested in helping out, tap on the CBS 46 app for details. I'm Gravir Dinza, CBS 46 News.